What is up, fuck faces?
Why do you gotta be so mean to people?
I have to think of a curse word every single time. That's how I intro people. Even at work, I'm like, what's up, fuckhead? All right, what's up, crackhead?
That's professional.
That's not true at all. Like, good morning, everybody.
So, good morning, everybody.
We are back with an extra bonus content episode because we missed last week's episode.
Yeah, we're fuck-ups, as you can see.
Our schedules didn't work out the best. But we're making it up to you guys. We actually got a guest in this episode. We're going to call this one, like 21.5? Or should we just make it 22? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. But in this episode, we have a guy named by Cody Juan Kenobi.
That's not his real name.
His name's Cody Brown, but his Instagram's Cody Juan Kenobi. And that's actually how I noticed him, because I was like, Cody Juan Kenobi. This guy's a Star Wars fan.
Star Wars fanatic.
And he had swords, a bunch of wooden swords on his Instagram account. So I was like, oh shit, maybe this guy creates swords. So I followed him and started watching him for a few months, and he was consistently making newer and newer swords, and it looked dope. Like, they're like legit swords. He's a really good craftsman. So like, I gotta have this guy on the podcast because I want to know how he makes the swords. I want to know why he makes the swords. I want to know if it's a hobby or if he just plans on making this a career in the future, and just get the overall understanding of the whole process. So we had him on, and he pretty much breaks down the whole process. We get to know him a little bit more, and it's a fun episode for sure.
Yeah, we bullshit, talk about our comparisons between ourselves and his sword making career. It's actually a lot closer comparison than you might think.
Yeah, swords and podcasts just pretty much go hand in hand.
Right.
So enjoy, motherfuckers. And once again, his Instagram account is Cody_Juan_Kenobi. So make sure you give his ass a fucking shout out. And the Cody's CODI. All right, it ain't that hard. Figure it out.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Passive and Aggressive Podcast. I am Dalton Johnson, your main host, and I am here with co-host Nicholas Marchwinski.
Why are you going to call yourself the main host?
Because I'm more important than you. And you know what's even more important?
What's that?
Swords.
Swords? Swords are more important than your co-host?
Yeah, basically.
Jesus Christ.
And we're joined today by someone who is, I don't know if you want to call yourself like a master crafter or something like that.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, okay, that's a good title for sure.
I like the confidence.
Like the confidence. But you make, you know what? I'm not going to describe it. I'm not going to describe it well enough.
Well, how about you introduce him, you fucking...
Didn't I?
Call yourself some kind of host. Cody.
Cody, yeah. Cody Juan Kenobi, if you want to see him on Instagram. Cody, how you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. Good to be on here.
Yeah, for sure.
So go ahead.
That was a good start. What's up?
Good intro.
We like to leave it loosey-goosey.
Yes.
Totally. Yeah, I've listened to a few of your guys' podcasts before. Mm-hmm. I just kind of binged like half of them. So, yeah, you guys are really good.
You poor soul.
That's what I'm thinking.
I just trudged through that shit.
So go ahead and
man,
tell us a little bit about yourself, Cody.
Cool. Yeah. I guess I'm a Woodsmith or something. I'm like just an amateur woodworker.
Did you start in high school, or when did you decide to start?
I basically messed around with it my whole life because my dad's a carpenter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just picked it up from him. But recently I started making wooden swords, and everybody seems to love them. So I'm just doing it. I just keep on going. I love it too. But I make wood swords. I live here in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, that's why you don't have an accent. I get it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We were super excited for the Tennessee accent.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about messing with you guys and doing like a real thick hillbilly accent.
Absolutely should have.
I was calling that right before the fucking Skype call. But yeah, I noticed totally. I noticed your Instagram page I think a month ago, and I was like, oh shit, look at these swords, and I followed you, and then I just kept looking. I'm like, dude, I gotta get in touch with this guy because some of these swords look dope, and he has a Star Wars name on Instagram, so I was like, he has to be cool. So we'll be able to mesh well.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
A total nerd package all in one Instagram profile.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can definitely relate to the carpenter dad because my dad's he's a mason, a bricklayer, so I had to be his mason laborer for like half my childhood.
What is that exactly, mason?
So he's a mason worker, basically just a bricklayer. Bottom line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's
stones.
Yeah, and he does it more for the artsy type stuff. Like he just doesn't build houses. He builds like specialized porches and fountains
like cool design.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, the cool stuff. He had me do all the grunt work like a little fucking asshole.
Yeah, for sure. That's how that works.
Pretty much.
That's how it was coming up with my dad, because he's a beautiful carpenter. You know, his work is amazing, but I couldn't. I had such a hard time helping him because it was always, you know, hold this, stand here, hold this flashlight, you know, do whatever. Pick this up, help me hold this up. Yeah, just boring as hell. But anyways, yeah.
You learn from
picked it all up. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally. So, yeah, the actually how I got the inspiration to make wooden swords and mess around with it was I was like 8 years old, and it was coming around Halloween time. And apparently my dad had been working on a William Wallace Braveheart costume.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just constructing it all out of leather and everything, and doing the whole kilt getup and, you know, the face paint and everything.
That's incredible.
But I didn't know until Halloween night came around, and we're all ready to go trick or treating. I got my ninja suit on. I was a ninja for like 6 Halloweens in a row. But anyways, he comes strolling out of nowhere. I had no idea he was working on this project. And he just looks like a totally different, but just a warrior, you know, like a Scottish warrior. And I had no idea, and it blew my mind. And then he whips out this huge sword, the Braveheart sword, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Pretty sure you're giving Dalton a hard on over here.
I'm enjoying this story so much.
Yeah, it was so crazy. My mind was blown. Yeah, so I saw the sword, and this thing is huge compared to me because I'm a little 7-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea that was possible, that you could, you know,
shape
I
it like
just see
that.
the movies.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah, all that. You could construct your own whatever you want. So that was the kickstart of the whole inspiration to mess around with this stuff, man. I've been a nerd since a little kid, so, you know,
yeah,
the fact that I can do this is you know, really fulfilling.
For real, that's almost a blessing to be able to pursue your nerdy passions in a productive hobby type way. Not a lot of people get to do that.
Yeah, you don't really see it very often. And if you do, I mean, they're in like tight little communities, you know.
Yeah, a little
like
niche.
Those guys at the park, you know, doing the LARPing and stuff.
The LARPing, yeah.
Foam sword, yeah.
Maybe foam swords is your next adventure.
See, that's your target market right there. Just build a bunch
Totally.
of fucking wooden swords for them.
In the middle. Yeah.
So do you plan on is this just a hobby for you, or do you eventually would like to make this a career if possible?
Well, if that's possible, I mean, yeah. But for right now, I'm working full time, so it's like hard to
find the time.
We feel you.
It's a total hobby. It's a full time hobby right now. You know, weekends and, you know, late nights. You know, during the week. So
right.
But it would be cool to do it, to, you know, take off. You know, and try to. I fantasize about making a living about it, and I, you know, I really want to, you know,
do it professionally.
Yeah, we can definitely relate to that. Like, we're trying to do this podcast, and we both have full time jobs, and the whole time we're at our like main job, we're texting each other ideas and thoughts on what we're gonna do when we get out of work to like work on the podcast and all that. And it can definitely definitely gets stressful at times. And there's times where Dawn wants to take a break, or I want to take a break. It's like I need a fucking day. And then, but you just gotta. That's where the passion comes in, because if you're passionate about it, you'll never want to give up on it.
Right, keep doing it anyway.
Totally. Yeah. It's almost torture, like being at work all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And having the thoughts of whatever you want to do creatively. It's a weird little back and forth, you know, like trying to give something to the two different things. But
right.
Yeah.
I get that 100%. Dalton, good thing about his job is it's in graphic design, which is a huge hobby of his. So,
right.
So he's kind of in his career. I'm at an office doing logistics shit. And it's like it's not fun to me at all. It's not my passion. I'm just doing it for a paycheck right now. And half the time I'm there, I get like these little fucking, I don't even know, midlife crises. Like once a week, I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? I shouldn't even be here right now. Should I just quit and just go balls deep into the podcast, or what should I do? But just baby steps.
Yeah, your blood starts boiling. Yeah, you start overthinking. Yeah. Yeah, baby steps for sure.
Especially when you have bad days and you're just like, I just need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh man, those days nobody can talk to me. Like they'll see it on my face as they're walking past me while I'm working on a car. Dude, they see it. They're like, oh, okay.
Not gonna talk to him today.
It's rough.
I feel the same way. I had a day like that not too long ago.
But What do you so you work at a place doing graphic design?
Yes, I started doing like dumbass Photoshop shit when I was like 14 or something. So it's not too different from your story where you just picked it up and you just kept doing it because it's what you like to do. And
It's completely different.
I was like twice his age when he started, whatever. And I don't make physical impressive things, whatever.
Did your dad make a Braveheart costume, bro?
Braveheart?
Yeah, did he make a Braveheart costume?
No, but he what did he do? He gave me like a bed sheet for like a ghost thing. So I guess does that count?
Not for
Bed sheet
graphic
and
design.
scissors.
No, my dad was no creative artist at all. I kind of had to do that on my own.
Probably took it all from your mom's side.
Maybe. So yeah, once I actually got good at it, I decided for a fact that I was going to go to school for it. I went to the Art Institutes, which has now closed. Hip hip hooray! And I found a job immediately out of college, which was like 3 years ago.
Lucky.
I was very lucky.
Yes, you were lucky.
Like 2 weeks out of college. I only have a 2-year degree. So, I mean, graphic design is kind of like a portfolio-based career anyway, where if you do well, you'll succeed anyway.
Uh-huh.
Which is, it's kind of comforting, especially when you're good at it.
Basically,
totally. It's
get what you
security,
get
yeah.
in.
Right. And I feel like I can see a lot of that with you and these swords. Like, I feel like there's a huge potential there for commissions and shit. And, like, if someone wanted an ice from Game of Thrones, Ned Stark's sword, dude, I'd get that on my wall instantaneously.
Yeah, totally.
So we seen it looks like you just finished a sword today. Or,
Yeah.
How long did that take? The whole process. You didn't start it today, right? How long does it usually take?
Well, yeah, it takes usually about. Oh man, it's so hard to tell because I'll get off of work and then work on the piece for a couple of hours, or it just depends how long I want to go. So
Right.
I would probably say now, whenever I do a project like a simple 4-foot sword, that last one I did probably took me probably like 8 hours.
Wow.
So is
yeah,
that
regular?
So is that like
work day.
on and off 8 hours, or is that
Yeah.
are those big chunks? Like, how big are those chunks?
Yeah, I'll get it done within a week since
Gotcha.
I work full time. When the
Gotcha.
weekend hits, man, I just want to get it finished. I go balls to the wall and just get it done.
Right, I feel that.
So yeah, it takes me about 8 hours now. But at first, man, the first ones I was working on, it was like it would take me hours to just figure out all the intricacies and stuff. Just a learning curve, and picking up the trial and error stuff. So, but now it's pretty quick. Now I feel like I'm going into like a production mode.
Right.
That's
right.
awesome. It's kind of like how we were when we decided to make a podcast. I forget I think we started talking about it last November, and
Well, yeah, you guys are pretty new, right?
Yep.
and
Yeah, it's still fresh.
it took about 6 months. Because when we first started talking about it, I convinced Dalton to do it because he didn't want to do it.
I'm not very social.
And then he was like, okay, I'll do it. And then we fucking wrote out a big ass business plan thing on a whiteboard. We got everything planned out. Then we had to make a website. Then we had to like sign up for Buzzsprout and make sure that our RSS feed that goes to all these different streams available for our listeners. And it took like months. Like I was like, hey, Don, do you think we can get a podcast out next week? He's like, dude, we got so much work to do. It took like four
you're
months.
Sweating trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's definitely growing pains because if we knew what we know now back then, we could have got it done in easily a couple weeks.
Oh man, yeah, it'd be muscle. Yeah, it'd be just bam, 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 just working through the motions. Yeah.
Because getting there to that point, though, that's the journey, and that's what everyone says is the
grueling.
most important part, right? The journey's more important than the end, but it's
Yeah,
definitely it's like relieving almost to get through it and make progress.
Yeah,
and shit.
but that's the thing. Like what you guys are talking, like you guys just think about it all day, so it's like you're not even working. Like you're working, you feel the exhaustion and stuff. But yeah, man, if you feel good about it, like you like what you're, whatever it is, hobby, whatever, it'll just the time will fly by. You won't even think about it. So I like it, man. I like that the grueling part of it.
Right.
Trying to learn and bust through it, but
Yeah,
it's
that
different when
challenge.
it comes to totally when it comes to working at my full-time job. It's just like it just takes forever. Like it's there, because as sad as it sounds and depressing as it is, it's miserable trying to do that full-time thing, being at a place you don't want to be at. But
yeah,
so
absolutely
it's
get it.
hard. Yeah, it's weird. It's different. Yeah, it's totally different. But I love it, man. Yeah, the work it's not even working when I'm out in the shed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, working through a sword.
Right.
So,
You're just like engaging in your hobby, and then that other job just is labor, basically.
totally. Yeah, it's money. It's just to pay the bills. Yeah.
Right.
What gets
Yeah,
me through
so,
my day is just I'll tell myself this is just temporary, just for me to pay for shit right now, and then
totally.
hopefully shit will work out with the podcast, and then if that takes off, then cool. If not, then I gotta figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, man. And you guys seem, I mean, after listening to you guys, you know, binging through you guys' stuff,
Yeah.
you can tell the difference, you know, from like the earlier episodes to your latest ones. You guys have come a long way, man. I really dig you guys' show, and, you know, your back and forth, and, you know, the topics you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem like it's you guys are comfortable in it, and, you know, it's not even work for you guys. So it's cool, man. It's really refreshing.
Cool.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, like I said, it took us a while to get here.
Yeah.
We mostly tell people just to ignore the earlier episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
skip
do.
ahead.
And I felt bad, you know, because I feel bad telling people that. Like, I never really start with anybody's like beginning episode.
Yeah.
I always start in the middle of any, you know,
That's
of
smart.
whatever I'm
I
listening
think that's
to.
smart too, yeah.
Yeah, but then when I get really into it, you know, and I'm further along, and then I'm all caught up on the latest stuff, then I'll go back all the way because I've, you know, gained so much respect. But whatever, yeah, man. You guys are probably like my 17th podcast I've downloaded.
Oh shit.
So I'm balls deep into podcasts right now.
What other podcasts do you listen to?
I listen to a few storytelling ones, mostly from comedians. And then I listen to this podcast called Made for Profit. And they're these YouTube guys, and they're carpenters, you know, they're makers.
Sure.
So anyways, they talk about, you know, progression and stuff, and, you know, how to work on YouTube and social media and stuff, and actually how to boost products and stuff. So that's helping me. But anyways, I listen to like storytelling podcasts, a lot of, you know, stand-up comics podcasts. I listen to Fighter and the Kid. Do you guys listen to them?
Oh yeah, all the time.
It's one of Nick's favorites.
Totally, yeah. It's hilarious, man. I went to see Brian Callen out here in Nashville.
Oh shit, that's
For
awesome.
stand-up. Dude, me and my dad were crying like little kids, dude. Little children. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw Joe not too long ago. Was that last year?
Yeah, Dalton and my girlfriend surprised me with Joe Rogan tickets, and it was
man.
it was the same weekend as UFC. Which UFC was it? It was the one in Detroit. The main event was Aldo versus Holloway 2. And like Alistair Overeem and Ngannou fought. That's when Ngannou like knocked Alistair's head off. It was an amazing fucking card, and it was like one of the best weekends of my life. Because Friday night was Joe Rogan's comedy special, and he had Tony Hinchcliffe there to open up for him. And we were like front row, and that shit was hilarious.
I was laughing more than Nick. I think I was dying.
Yeah, both of those fucking guys are funny as hell, and I can't even imagine Brian Callen.
Oh, dude, he was from the minute he got on stage to the second he left off. It was flawless. It was amazing.
He just like captivates the audience.
Oh, dude, yeah, he owned it. He just wrapped a lasso around everyone, and just we went for a ride. It was hilarious, man. I love it. But so you guys were at the show, at his stand-up show that they shot for Netflix?
No, I don't think it was the one that they shot for Netflix.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It was just on his Strange Times tour, because he was basically he was touring around pretty much wherever the UFC goes, and then whenever UFC gives him time off, he'll go tour elsewhere. So I don't know. I don't think it was the same jokes, the ones on his Netflix special either. It was new. It was newer stuff.
Oh,
yeah, because I watched the
good.
Netflix special right before that.
That was dumb of you.
Oh yeah, I would have waited. I would have waited.
Why would you do that?
I was just curious, man. I wanted to see what I was walking into.
You're an idiot.
Totally.
Because I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast like religiously. Well, not recently. I used to listen to it like all the time, all the fucking time.
Totally.
And so I was like, man, he's funny on his podcast, but I don't know about his comedy. Some of it's like hit or miss for me sometimes. But then I was there, and he was funny as shit. Like he opened up just fucking. It's like, everybody give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe. The motherfucker needs to come out, but he never will, or some shit like that. The way he said it was just so fucking funny, because Tony does look like he could either be gay or he's like a fucking...
Metrosexual?
Something's going on there. He doesn't seem like an alpha at all, I'll say that.
Sure. Sorry, Tony.
He throws me off. Yeah, sorry, Tony, but shit, man. He throws me off a little bit. I haven't listened to his podcast at all. the Kill Tony or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't
He kind of
listened
rubs
to
me
it.
the wrong way. But anyways,
So, do you listen to a lot of podcasts while you're making swords, like just during the process? I have to imagine.
oh yeah,
you gotta have
dude,
something.
Totally, yeah. I listen to. I'm constantly listening at work, in the shed. Yeah, all the time.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
but that really helps pass the time. Yeah, I listen to that whole circle of people, like when it comes to Fighter and the Kid,
Mhm.
and then to like Chris D'Elia, Theo Vaughn,
Right.
and then there's like Bobby Lee and Tom Segura.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of them. I got them all, on my phone.
Yeah, they're all like
But,
a big happy comedy family, pretty much.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I love it. I love that I stumbled on that because I used to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, and then my cousin introduced me to 10-minute podcast.
Mm.
I hadn't heard of that.
It's with Brian Callen, Chris D'Elia, and Will Sasso from Mad TV.
Oh,
Mhm.
geez, that sounds like
Wow.
hilarious.
Oh, dude, they do 10-minute episodes, but I just binge them, dude. It's great. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, they got it on YouTube. You got to start from the early episodes till episode 300. Then they kind of dropped off. But yeah, that's one of my favorite podcasts. But anyways, yeah, ever since then, man, I've been balls deep in podcasts. So, but that's cool that you guys reached out to me, man. At first, I was kind of hesitant because you see an amateur podcast, and I've had a few other ones reach out, which is kind of weird. And some of them are like this, like some of them have been comedy, comedy podcast shows and stuff. And their stuff was a huge miss for me. It was kind of weird. So it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure.
For them.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm glad it came around to you guys, man. It was, it's really cool, man. I can relate a lot to what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sure.
anyways, back to the swords. Yeah, what you were saying earlier about doing the commissions and stuff, and what did you say? What sword did you mention?
I mentioned Ice from Game of Thrones.
Is that the long claw one?
That's it's bigger than that. It's
Ned's big ass
Ice.
sword that
Yeah,
he got his head
the
chopped
the
off with.
executioner
Valerian.
sword. Yeah.
Yeah, the Valerian steel.
Yeah, it gets
Big
broken
one that-
down by
Oh yeah, Ned
Tywin.
Stark. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I recently built a sword. I don't know if you guys saw it on my profile.
Probably. I've been obsessing
Yeah,
with your profile.
Totally, man. Thank you. That means a lot.
Mhm.
But I recently built a sword, kind of dedicated to that, to Ice.
Oh, really?
From Game of Thrones. Yeah, kind of. Like I pulled the idea from that because it's such a huge, fucking intimidating sword. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
For
I
sure.
wanted to make one. I wanted to see how big I can make one.
How big
So
was
anyways, yeah. It was like 4.5 feet or something, but it's super wide. It's like really big when you hold it. Yeah, it's on my Instagram, so yeah, you can probably see it on there.
it? I think I'm
That
looking at
was
it right now. Oops, sorry.
Did you move towards the mic to clear your throat
Yes, I
there?
did. That's a fucking professional move right there.
God
Put it
damn.
in your mouth.
He basically did. This guy. How?
Yeah, Nick, I can barely hear Nick, by the way.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Kinda. It seems like you're far away from the.
I'm literally swallowing it right now.
Yeah.
Well,
It's all good.
do you have one ear in
What?
your
I
Bluetooth
see.
headset?
Oh no, I got them both in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, our audio is split into two since we have two mics. So Nick is on the right side. I'm on the left. One of those two.
That's like.
Are you guys
before-
like stepping up your equipment and everything too?
Actually,
upgrading?
we've had the same equipment for like 2 months now. We upgraded
Yeah.
really early.
We had some mics at first, these little snowball mics. They were little cheap mics, and they were okay, but the quality wasn't amazing. I think I think it was the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, we got to get better mics if we want to take this shit seriously. So we invested in better mics, and then the rest of the improving the quality was pretty much just the editing process.
Right.
Like
As we learn the programs and
right.
Totally. Yeah. Well, it sounds good. Yeah. I was expecting some like really, like hearing echoes and static and stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, it's good, man. Cool.
yeah, we're perfectionists about shit like that.
The one thing we
Good,
try
man.
to work
that
at.
means you like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're trying to make the production as best as possible to make up for the quality, because obviously in the very beginning when you make a podcast, you make anything in the very beginning, it's gonna be shit. So like the more you do it, the more you practice and all that, you're gonna get better and better and better. So the quality comes in time. We're just focusing now on making sure that the production's there and we're professionals about the shit. So by the time our quality gets up, then we'll be there.
Totally. Yeah, same thing with the swords, man. I have one sword that I did probably 5 years ago. This was the first one I did. This little 3-foot sword, tiny little. It's almost like a gladiator sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just seeing the difference between this one and then the ones I'm doing now is totally. It's just mind blowing, man. I love it.
I can't even imagine.
Do you have? I don't know if this is like an insensitive question or something, but do you have a favorite sword that you've made?
How is that insensitive?
You know, like if you try to choose a favorite kid or something, you've hurt the other one's feelings.
I don't feel comfortable answering that. No, totally, man. Yeah, I think right now it's probably the big sword that I made, the ice.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm gonna start calling it ice. Yeah, that one's my favorite, man. So
I think I saw it. You did you tag it as Lord of the Rings? I didn't know if that was.
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe it wasn't it then.
I should have tagged that the big one as like a Game of Thrones, you know.
Yeah.
But the Lord of the Rings one, that was Aragorn's sword from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You guys know the Ranger sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's probably like my second favorite, but I don't really like how it came out as far as like the handle and stuff. It looks pretty, but I'm a perfectionist, so
sure.
I would like to get it
just a little better.
Another one, totally.
I can get that for sure.
Yeah. Man. As far as like the process goes, it's kind of like putting together like Lego pieces, and, like a model kit. Once I get them all laid out and shaped and everything, it's like from start to finish, you got to think about how everything's going to fit. You got to keep each piece in mind, because they're all going to work together in order to come together and lock into place.
So do you make like blueprints first?
What's that?
Do you make blueprints first?
The prints?
Do you make blueprints before you start?
Yeah, I'll sketch it out and I'll do some measurements. It's like a rough sketch at first, and I'll reference on that a lot. But now I'm getting to the point where I can just kind of eye it up with the ruler and kind of measure up, like a piece of wood really quick without even. Now I can kind of improvise it, but yeah, for sure. It depends what I'm doing, I guess. Because with that Gimli axe that I did,
yep,
yeah, I had to make a complete layout, of how, of all the lengths and measurements and everything,
and how the pieces fit together and everything.
Yeah, it was a total math equation, and I suck at math, so that's part of the game that I'm trying to keep up with and trying to just come to terms with. But yeah, fuck, man, I suck at math. So it's kind of hard, but it's fun. It's worth it.
Just working through it. Almost makes it a little more entertaining.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, but it's cool, man. Now I'm getting so used to it, so it's becoming a quicker process, and right now I'm working on 4 different swords, like 4 little ones. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of making them for kids. Because,
Halloween is coming up.
That's true. Yeah, that too. Yeah, man. I should probably jump on that.
There's gonna be some fucking news headlines. 8-year-old child smacks a
stabbed
fucking
with wooden sword.
Yeah. God damn, that would suck.
You got liability insurance. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just walk it off. So right now I'm making those 4 swords for this Renaissance fair that's coming up.
Awesome.
And yeah, have you guys ever been to a Renaissance fair?
I've been to 1 or 2, at least 1 for sure. And I did take a sword, but I didn't take it in because I wasn't sure about how the policy was there. So I really should have had a wooden sword on me. Maybe that's why I'm so interested right now.
Did you have like a real sword? Like, was it a real metal sword?
Yeah, it was a real metal sword. It was a gift from a friend. It's actually engraved with my name on it, which is it's something.
That's awesome.
You don't know about this?
No, I didn't know.
I don't have it here actually. I gave it to my dad.
Well, good fucking thing you're an Indian giver.
Your friend made it for you?
He didn't make it for me. No, he bought it and had it engraved.
Cool.
It was like a birthday gift, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and then I remember, Nick, you were talking about going to medieval times.
Yeah, that was amazing. Mostly because I got wasted in the very beginning, and then I got to enjoy the whole thing drunk. But I was shocked
Yeah.
at how well that their choreography was. The choreography?
Choreography.
Whatever.
Choreography.
Something. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna ride on the horses and the acting will be okay, but then when the actual fighting happens, it's not gonna be that good. No, those fuckers are like, they had metal swords. They're hitting perfectly, hitting the swords like a lightsaber battle. And there's fucking sparks going everywhere, and they're kicking each other. They're flying down, jumping up. They were like jousting on the horses and that. It was an awesome experience. I'd definitely do that shit again.
So
That's badass.
it was basically just like a little Renaissance fair packed into a building.
Yeah, I literally felt like, I was Robert Baratheon because I was drunk, and they give you food that they don't give you silverware, so you're eating like fucking chicken legs and soup with like a bowl with you can grab with a handle, and I'm just drunk. And
Start the joust before I piss myself.
yeah, and every section of the arena has different colors, and whatever color you sat in, that's the guy you're rooting for. So we were in like the green section, and the green horseman came out, and he had roses, right? And he's
The
throwing them
Knight
out.
of Flowers.
Yeah, he was throwing them out to the fucking fans, and he immediately threw one right to my girlfriend. So I was like, okay, this guy. So I was just being loud and obnoxious, and I was rooting for him though. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Go green.
And he fucking lost immediately.
Of course he did. So, sorry, Green. You're a loser
Yeah,
today.
you should have challenged him, man. That
I
Walk out there.
They all had like long Goldilocks hair and shit. I would have been out there with my short ass hair.
Fucked him up.
I would have fell trying to get down there, dude. I was drunk.
It was a rough time for you, huh?
It was fun though. It was amazing.
So, Cody, have you done any specific commissions for anyone? Like in the past at all?
No. It hasn't really come up, but people do. Like, it hasn't come up seriously, but people will mention it. You know, like, it'd be cool if you could make this. You know,
Right.
But they're not very serious about it because, for some reason, I don't know. But that would be cool, man. That's what I really want to get to at some point. Even if I'm still just doing it as a hobby, that'd be fun to
Like a side thing
take
for now.
people's ideas or pictures or whatever and just make it into a real life thing. I've actually no, I'm sorry. I have done that once. I did one for this guy. He was really obsessed with the Assassin's Creed that just came out. It was like the Egyptian one.
Is that Odyssey or?
No,
I'm not sure.
it was the one before
One
that.
before
I
that.
think.
I gotcha.
So, anyways, he was really obsessed with this sword called the Kopelesh or Kopesh.
Oh, is that the
And
curved
it's
one?
Yeah.
I saw that one. Curved swords.
Yes.
They're weird.
Yeah, they are weird. They're kind of hard to do. Too.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That was gonna be what I said. Like that must have been hard.
Yeah, it was difficult. But that was cool, man. He paid me like $125 to do that one.
That's dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that was fun, man. It was cool. The look on his face when I gave it to him, man, he was like, it's like he was a kid. You know, he's like 25 years old. But yeah, it was badass.
That's awesome.
So it'd be cool to get to that point. You know, at some point in the future.
Yeah, I imagine
Right now,
if
I'm
you
just chugging along. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Right.
you keep going and you keep making doper and doper swords, your Instagram's gonna grow. And then if you decide to do like a YouTube channel or something, you can do like how-tos or just show your whole process. I feel like that could also attract a lot of people because I watch how-tos all the time, and there's a lot of people on YouTube that I've seen making like big ass metal swords, and they get like a shit ton of views. And if you can be entertaining while you're making it and you can explain it well, I feel like that's your niche right there.
For sure.
Yeah, totally. That's what I'm kind of shooting for that right now because on Instagram, I'll go to some people's profiles and stuff, or I'll get requests to follow or whatever the case is. I'll see somebody's profile and it looks like the pictures are almost like too good to be true because it's like the picture's so pristine and so like nice.
Probably photoshopped a little bit.
Yeah,
Staged.
or totally, or just photoshopped, whatever. So it gives it that feeling of like it's not real, it's too good to be true, and it's not really their work. If it's a maker or something. So the majority of the profiles I'll follow are people that go into depth and posting the whole process of whatever they're making and stuff. So that really turns me on, man. That's really cool. So that's what I'm shooting for right now, is just to bring everyone in, or whoever's enjoying it, in on the whole process. I'll try to throw up a picture of every single step that I take. So
Right.
it's fun, man. That's what I look for. So I assume I should be doing the same thing. So
Right.
it'd be cool to get into YouTube and stuff, but whatever. What were you gonna say?
I think that's a really healthy way of approaching something like content creation, or in your case, physical creation. Just looking at what you're interested in. If you're interested in something, other people will be too. And if people are interested in something, they'll be willing to pay money for it. So
Exactly. Everyone's buying something. Yeah. So that's kind of the headset I'm going for, or that I'm following. And that feels natural. That feels it's cool, man.
It'll be a natural progression. You'll go from like levels. You'll feel like, okay, I need to do something else to make this go up. Like we do that all the time. Like, okay, we gotta record our faces, or we gotta start uploading more YouTube videos, or we gotta start implementing a new series. And it takes a lot more work, especially in the beginning, because like if you make a YouTube channel, you're gonna have to learn how to record and edit, and that process right there can take a long time. But if you stay like, you don't get frustrated about it, and you can get it done, and the more you do it, the more videos you make, you'll get better and better at it. Or you can even collaborate with somebody who like likes your work, and then if they're willing to edit for you, I'm like, fuck, hell yeah, and then you'll be good.
That's what I'm struggling with that right now, with the back and forth of like social media, because on the positive side, you can reach out to people and create like a tribe of people, but also get help and stuff, and also fans and whatever, and people like, and but the downside, the negative side is like, I'm always checking it, because it'd be cool to grow it, but along with that, I'm always checking my Instagram. I'm always like
worried about it almost.
Well, yeah, but I'm worried about the likes. I'm fiending for likes. I need more likes. I need more followers. That weird little greedy side of me that
Right.
that's a pain in the ass to battle with. But
I understand what you mean completely.
Yeah.
There's
you guys have to feel that, because you guys are creating entertainment.
Yeah.
You guys need people's ears to listen, and that's got to be weird.
It's definitely a Debbie Downer sometimes when we think we have like a dope podcast, and we're like, okay, this is gonna be like our best one yet, and then we look like, fuck, it doesn't even have that many views. But,
oh man, that day sucks when you're all done. You're all done with it. It's all sealed up, and then you send it out, and then
you get a little poop emoji back.
Totally. Yeah, totally. You're like, what happened? Did anyone see it? Did I fuck up? Did I not post it? Like, yeah, it's weird, man. It's such a weird. But I try to forget it. Like
that's what you should do.
It's a back and forth. It's totally a back and forth with it.
Good days, bad days.
And just keep. Totally.
One thing that I always go to is there's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you know him. He's I guess he's an inspirational guy now. He has a book, and he pretty much just talks about how to make a business and how to just grow. And he pretty much says, if you're going to make any type of business or any type of company that's your passion, like for the first 2 years, don't even look at any of the stats, because all it's going to do is deflate you and demotivate you and think that you're not going to be able to do it. But what people don't understand is that's almost everybody. The only reason why other people that grow really, really fast is either they know somebody, or they're specifically going for like trendy viral videos. Right. And that's not necessarily a passion. That's just them trying to they're clickbaiting almost. And that's not sustainable. That will die off eventually. Either that, unless you're extremely creative and you become a fucking King Back or whatever the fuck, some kind of viral Vine person that you can keep going with it. But the majority of people don't.
Right. That's why I think one of the healthier ways of approaching it is just do what you want to do. If you want to do it, other people will be interested in it. You're not influenced by what people are not approving of your stuff. You can improve on your formula, but you don't change anything based on what people think, or you shouldn't anyway.
Yeah. It's such a weird
It's like a game.
Yeah. It'd be cool to like disable the likes and stuff, and just like on a personal, profile, like whatever you're working with. Yeah, it'd be cool to just not look at that stuff, to not and just to keep going with it, just to keep producing and keep going with it for the first couple years or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't sweat it at all, because Instagram, a lot of it is algorithms and learning when to upload a post, you got to look at the data when the most people that are following you are on your channel. And then you got to look at all the hashtags, and you got to which ones are the most popular. And then you got to try to get on the trending for the hashtags. It's not even about what you make necessarily. It's about
how you reach people.
Yeah, it's all about the marketing aspect of it, at least for the first little bit. But then once you start to get a natural following, which takes a while, but once you get a natural following, the hashtags don't necessarily even matter. You're just going to grow organically because you're going to have fans that are going to tell other fans about you because their friends are going to be interested in the same shit that they are, and then they'll tell their friends, and it just grows.
Yeah, it turns into like a big tribe of people. Yeah, like a social media tribe. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. If anything comes out of it.
All right. So where can people find you, Cody? Obviously, we said we're on Instagram, but is there any other specifics you want to give?
Dude, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just Cody Juan Kenobi. It's spelt just like it sounds. Basically, it's the same as the Jedi. So, just look for me on Instagram. And I'm sure if you can't find me by my name, you could just type in #wooden swords, and sure enough, you'll find me. Because
that's like your tag, right?
Well, pretty well. It seems like it because there's not too many people doing it. There's only like me. Right now, it feels like there's only me and 3 other guys that are like seriously doing it, that are actually legit at doing it. So I've already connected with those guys, so that's a cool little tribe I got going. But yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm on Instagram. That's pretty much it for right now. We'll see where it goes.
Awesome. We'll be sure to put a link in the description for this little mini extra cast, and make sure people can get to you. And,
yeah, man, I'll do the same for you guys. I mean, I'll boost you guys on Instagram, man. I love what you guys are doing. It was really fun, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. We appreciate the respect. We appreciate having you on. Really love your shit.
Cool, man. Yeah, it's mutual. I love it, man.
And I don't know. Is there anything else, Nick?
Yeah, I want if you want to make Nick's day, eventually, I think a master sword with a heraldic shield would be like the best thing ever.
You just really want to be Link, don't you?
That's from Zelda.
The
Link.
Link sword. Yeah. Yeah, there's a guy on Instagram that actually made a wooden sword like that, man. It looks badass. That'd be cool to tackle that one day.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantasy
swords would be a big challenge.
I fucking played that game religiously.
If you guys want a sword, like for your little podcast area, like whatever, like a plaque or something, I could totally do it, man. I've been thinking about doing that for this other podcast. So if you guys want something, man, I'll link up with you guys, and we can
yeah, that'd be awesome.
An idea.
We'll definitely be interested in that.
I like the sound of that a lot. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And I'm not charging much for what I'm doing, but
right. Yeah, we can figure out.
I don't think I would charge you guys because this is a fun little thing. So yeah, man, keep that in mind.
Sure, we will. And
cool, man.
Until next time, we hope to see you again or talk to you again.
Cool, man. Yeah. I'll stick with it, man. Yeah, whenever you guys need me.
Awesome. Get those 4 swords done before the Renaissance fucking dies off.
Totally, dude. I'm crunching for time, man. I'm sweating.
I bet.
Coming up. I suck with time, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, time management's not our strong suit either. Trust us.
Oh yeah. It'll get better though, for sure.
But all right, Cody. Until next time. All right, crackheads. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Don't fucking get mad at me for insulting our listeners, okay? It's part of my job. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give Cody a shout out once again on Instagram, Cody CODI_Juan_Kenobi.
Or you're gonna just search #wooden swords. Yeah, I'm sure he'll probably be on there. He dominates that tag.
Yeah, he's on there a lot. And message in some of his comments like, bro, you need to make a how-to YouTube channel because I really feel like he'll get a way broader audience by doing so. And hopefully it'll turn into more than just a hobby for him. Because he's obviously passionate about it, and it's something that I can extremely relate to as far as you're having your regular full-time job, but then as soon as you go home, you're working on your hobby, and that's your passion. But the whole time you're at your job, you're consistently thinking about it, and it's a mental fuck. I understand it, so I can completely understand what he's going through. So hopefully it fucking works out for his ass.
For sure.
And we're definitely gonna get a fucking master sword from him, right, Dalton?
I don't know about a master sword.
Master sword. We're gonna get it inside the thing. We gotta take it out, and you get 7 years older, And
you're like the most descriptive person in the world,
then you gotta
honestly.
Fight 7 bosses.
This picture you're painting is
for each medallion, and then you fight Gandalf.
What?
And then you save
Gandalf.
Save Zelda.
The gray or white?
I don't know. Or Ganondorf, Jesus. I don't even know anymore. But then you save Zelda, then you bend her over and you smack her.
What the hell are you talking about?
Right on the bed that she was kidnapped on, bro.
Oh my god, get on with the
it's
outro, bro.
Once again, give Cody a shout out and rate the episode, share it, and see you later.
See ya.